Some of my friends asked me to teach them how to roll an open boat at the YMCA rolling classes that I have at the Dover YMCA. You have to have airbags in your canoe, and you have to have foot pegs in the bottom to brace your toes against, and a good saddle that fits tight. You can have straps over the knees or a bulkhead like you see in this canoe. This is a newer type canoe that allows you to use a very tight bulkhead. One of the things that you have to learn to do first is a low brace, and to do a low brace you stick the paddle out and brace on the back side of the paddle as opposed to the power face of the paddle. This allows you to use strong stomach muscles and keep the paddle low while you're bracing. As you learn this low brace, go over more and more until you learn how to come up. Here I'm showing how to start out the roll on the power face of the paddle from the setup position, and then flip the paddle over to the low brace position. This is the low brace. You just stick the paddle out and slap the back side of the paddle on the water and come up. And as you practice this, just go lower and lower, and it's the end of the roll. From the startup position, sweep out with your paddle on the power face of the paddle, flip over very, very quickly, and then come up on the back side of the paddle. Sweeping back with the canoe paddle, you can use your back, and then after you flip the paddle over to the back side, you can use your stomach and torso muscles to come forward a little bit on the low brace. You also bring your knee up on the side that the paddle's on toward the paddle to get a good hip snap. There are three elements to the roll: the setup, the sweep out to 90 degrees, and then flipping the paddle over and coming up on the back side is the third element. Some open boaters try to use a high brace roll for the canoe, and this is much easier than the high brace roll and less stressful on your arms.